Good morning. Good morning. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I honestly just got up and I'm hearing all this talk about the COVID vaccine. At this point, I'm literally waking up and that's like the first thing I hear. I'm irritated about that. Seriously. I feel like we're all being manipulated, into having these vaccines, different vaccines put inside of our bodies. It started off as an option, and now they're threatening people about their jobs, their livelihoods, if they don't receive the vaccine, and that's not protocol. No one has the right to force anyone to put anything inside of their bodies, especially entity. Speaking of a business of any sort at all. I honestly feel like it's getting to the point where the people of intelligence, like myself, we're not going to be able to live out our truth. It's going to be more of a all citizens come together type of thing. Everyone has to be forced, to live with this vaccine. And I remember before this pandemic even happened, I was disgusted even with the word vaccines. I thought it was for animals, but that's neither here or there. A vaccine is supposed to be a curable, 100% curable toxic for the body. And they've had to come up with so many different vaccines due to the fact that everybody's body is completely different and they can't explain exactly where the strain came from. They don't know if it's African descent. They don't know if it's Caucasian descent, Hispanic descent. So they've come up with so many different vaccines to attack these different human races, and maybe it came from an animal. Who knows? But I honestly don't feel like they're getting down to the nitty gritty of where this issue has spiraled from. I also feel like I should have the right to decide whether I want my daughter to go to school or not. It should not be mandatory when there are children dying on a daily basis, even inside of our own communities. I am located in Columbia, South Carolina. I am a citizen of Richland County, and my daughter attends a Richland County school district school, and it's mandatory that the kids are vaccinated and attending school every day. I should have, like I said, the option to say, no, I don't approve, without the headache of truancy or let's call a school board meeting. A child's been missing out of school for such and such amount of time. Well, if you have clear communication with the families and the parents, then you know why the child's been missing out of school. We can get around to that. But they're forcing it. They're forcing it, and they're not going to allow that. So there's no such thing as, okay, keep your kids out of school until the vaccine is over. I'm letting you all know that now. And if you have any extra questions about that, just, leave a comment down below and I'll help you get around to the answers that you're trying to seek, because I am a real mother and I take chances. I definitely take chances when it comes down to my children. Like I said, I should definitely have the right to decide whether I want to put my child in that predicament or not. I mean, she's, for God's sake, just an innocent bystander. You can teach them all day about what's going on inside of the community, inside of the world, period. But kids are not going to grasp, but so much of the information that you feed to them. I'm still learning myself, and I've also done some research prior to me speaking about this. I've done some more research, and the only thing I find out that may be new information for us all is that they clearly do not have the right to forcefully make anyone take a vaccine. Now, if you're a dumb dodo and you want to just go with the flow, then feel free. But if you're not going to try to fight the opportunity to be who you are without the injections from the United States or whatever entity it's coming from, the mark of the beast is what some people call it. At this point, I agree. So I honestly just hope that everyone is all well and studying, doing research so that we can all help each other come up with the true vaccine for this situation. This pandemic has taken over. Yeah, my nails are completely messed up. But hey, like I said, I'm on here to speak solely about what I feel, what I woke up to this morning, which was so freaking disturbing. And by the way, how's my speech, everyone? Am I getting better? I'm trying to get so much better. I know I don't really look too pretty this morning, but like I said, it's something that I had wanted to speak about and had to get it off of my chest, although I'm not even a little bit done about it. I'm going to do some more research, and there will be more topics and conversation about the vaccine, the COVID vaccine, because honestly, and I want for other people to tap into what I'm talking about too. Like, don't make me feel like I'm the only nerd. Okay, I'm guessing someone took the vaccine and they're acting crazy. As a matter of fact, everyone that said that I know that said they have taken the vaccine, I've had to actually step back for those people because they've been acting really freaking weird. Really weird. I mean, I can't even explain it. I'm gonna try, okay? Ooh, it's just weird activity, weird energy. It's like we're not thinking on the same page. And I'm not talking about a lover. I'm just speaking about people that I know in general who've taken the vaccine. Their attitudes, their intentions, their motivation is not the same. I know someone who was hell bent on work, and now they're all about being a vegetarian and being weird. And not saying that being a vegetarian is being weird, but a lot of that person's decisions and things that person like is not the same from before that COVID started. And I swear, I know I sound crazy, but I can't explain it. I really can't explain it. It's something that I will probably have to record, but then I don't want to expose people. So, I don't know how I'm going to ever really get down to the bottom of this. But like I said, me being a mother, I definitely feel like we should have the right, to decide on whether our children attend this pandemic or not. And it's not fair that we have to take them for virtual learning, which was very safe, very, very, very convenient. Like, what's better than that, you know? But oh no, they want to put kids back in school where they're coughing around each other. And here's the banger. Here's the big banger. They're not even allowing the families or the parents to come inside of the children's school. So I don't know if my daughter is sitting on a clean toilet or not when she has to pee. I don't know if there are spider webs hanging above the classroom's desk. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if the food is being all the way cooked inside of the school. I don't even know who's the cooks now. I used to be fully involved. Like every inch of the school I knew about. So why take that away? Like, I don't get it. Why open up the schools if we're not going to be allowed inside and it's just going to be children allowed inside? Like, that doesn't even seem right. It doesn't sound right. It sounds like someone with a very sick mind decided that that was going to be the case. And it's only making it easier for whoever decided that to go along with whatever their corruption is all about. Or like maybe they're trying to, lessen the population of children inside of schools. So now kids are going to come up missing. By 2022, there are going to be kids missing from out of the schools from left to right. Kids are going to be dying in schools from left to right. And we're the parents. We're going to have to listen to whatever they tell us, just like they did the Kendrick Johnson situation. had a child rolled up in the freaking mat and called it a freak accident. There was no accident. There's cameras from left to right in their school. Like, it's just starting to really, really freak me out and bother me. I am not going to stop speaking for children. I'm not going to stop speaking for women. I'm not going to stop until I actually seek justice. And I'm sure there are a lot of parents who feel the same way that I feel. So today I'm going to be doing some more research so I can keep us all up to par, because I know there's a lot of people who are not lazy but just don't care to hear anything about the pandemic BS, because that's how I was. I was trying to put it behind me, ignore it, oh, it's whatever. I'm not affected, so it's whatever. Obviously that's not the way I need to be thinking. So I'm going to continue doing my research. I'm going to keep everybody abroad just like how I am. So that way we are all on the same page. So when I say something, you're not confused or looking retarded like a lot of people are. Okay? All right. All right. So let me go ahead and get my day started. I'm going to be icing my face and trying to get around to some type of justice. If there's anyone with any questions, leave it down in the comment box below. Yes, I am still fighting for justice on whatever the situation may be. Leave a comment down below. There are still a few things I'd like to speak with you all about as far as justice for children. But due to the pandemic, they're only making it worse. Like, how much justice are we going to get for our kids if they can't even keep them out of a school when there's corona going on? You have to learn to detach yourself from the system. That's like if you were to go to a nightclub and you have a weapon or something not club-like on you. The bouncer tells you, oh, you have to hand that over. No, the bouncer doesn't have the right to tell you that. He's not an officer. He hasn't been sworn in. Now, what he does have the right to tell you is that you cannot come outside of the club with the items that you possess. Sorry about that, y'all. He can tell you that, but he can't tell you, oh, well, put your hands behind your back, you're going to jail, or let me confiscate that. No, that's not his job. So a lot of you all need to be doing research on exactly who's in control and exactly what the law is. No one has the right to take rights from anyone at all. Even with a situation this large, this big, pandemic style. No one has the right to forcefully make anyone do anything, especially if they haven't been sworn in from the start. So I really honestly feel like a lot of you all should just do research. The more research you all are doing, the more vocal you can be about what is going on and actually speak facts. Like I said, no one has the right to make anyone do anything forcefully at all. And that's number one law. The second is First Amendment, freedom of speech. With those two laws in general, we can definitely get down to the bottom of this. My first daughter, Malaysia, is a straight A honor roll student. Always have been since the first day she started school. Before she started school, I homeschooled her. When Malaysia started school, she was put in the second grade. These are facts. I did an awesome job with my daughter. Both of my children are straight A honor roll students and are extremely smart. A great representation of who I am. I have no issues with that at all. But the pandemic has caused an effect on my children. And this is facts. These are facts. Living in fear of not being able to play with your friends and live a normal life is stressful on children. Kids like to run around, they like to play, they like to live out loud unknowingly. But knowingly, now they have to not do all those things. They have to basically be an adult in a child's body and be aware of all these things that are going on in the world. When I was a child, my kid's age, the only thing I had to worry about was school, my little boyfriend I had at the time, and that's pretty much it. Oh, what I was going to wear to church. That's pretty much my only worries when I was my kid's age. So this is very unfortunate for them, and I'm praying that we all like can come together and really like point the finger at the person or people that are responsible for this, because right now we the people are all suffering. We are afraid to even be around each other just from hearsay. There are people who've died, but I don't believe that it's all been behind the COVID. But they've said that it's been COVID. But I don't believe, personally, I don't believe it at all. The same way my brother passed away, I just don't believe that he died the way he died. They said that he had hepatitis C and kidney failure. He's like the most healthiest person in our family, so it's unreal. So I just think that it's all about the takedown, the big takedown, and depopulation. That's what I think it's all about. And if you're not watching over your family, trust me, someone else is. Everyone is consumed with what's going on with as far as this pandemic. No one's going to focus on reality, working, family, your children. Like everyone's just hell bent on this virus and affection and this whole pandemic situation. It's only taking the attention off of the things that really is supposed to matter to us, the things that's supposed to help us build as human beings. We're all becoming less of who we are due to this pandemic. Even if you can't tell yourself, I'm pretty sure your children can tell. The people around you that you socialize with can definitely tell. There's been a different effect on everyone. Even as far as me, there are some people I was friends with I'm not even speaking to anymore. And it's not so much of my fault because I done everything I could to keep the friendship or relationship alive. It's just that people metamorphed into something else in their brain. Their brain, I felt like it metamorphed into something else, and we just visually can't see it, but it's definitely happening up there, and allowed it speaks through their actions, and these people become liars, deceitful, backstabbers. They're just con artists, and those are the type of people I literally cannot have around me. They suck up my energy. They suck up my happiness. They're very toxic to me. Even if it's a guy that you like, if you find this guy so attractive to the point where you just believe in anything that he's saying, even if you know he's feeding you a bunch of BS, like that's toxic. Like leave the situation alone. I had this one guy clearly lie to me and tell me that he was from New Orleans when I knew that he was from Columbia, South Carolina. And this was someone I really, really did like. We don't have any history, that much history together. Like we're not family or anything like that. We were just solely buddies. But I've put so much trust into this person. I gave this person my heart, my body, and soul without, any true history behind us. And that turned out to be a learning. It turned out to be a learning lesson for me, and that's a mistake that I'll never make again. But who's to say the pandemic wasn't the reason for me, falling for the BS? Like I said, I have never seen so many deceitful people until the pandemic, till it's sad. I find it terrible, terrible, terrible that people are being deceitful and liars instead of coming together and helping one another at a time like this. I've been through hell and back, and I still don't know, the reason for the pandemic. Hell, I don't even know why I was about to die. I don't have the answers to any of these questions that even I asked for myself. But one thing I do know is that we all have to come together and try to come up with some type of conclusion so that we can give to the masses. Do you know that us all coming together is way more powerful than paper, than the justice, then the justice system. Well, the unjust within the system, because we need justice in the system. But us coming together, we change laws, we start protests, we end protests. Like, we the people are way more powerful than what a lot of you know. But if there's ever an opportunity or a thought in your head where you want to get together and, start a positivity group or just anything that's positive for the community that could be worldwide, I'm not going to do it if it's not worldwide. If it can't affect everyone, I'm not going to be interested in it, because I'm not focused on just my own happiness, my own health, and my own wealth. It's not about me, it's about everyone. So if I can't run into a situation that's going to brawl my life as far as that, then I'm not going to get involved. Right now, I'm still doing my research. I've been in and out of the hospitals having surgeries, and the entire time, the only thing I've been hearing is COVID, 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 vaccine, 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 pandemic, needles and drugs, and it's honestly too much. It's beyond me. But I'm gonna bring it down to a natural cause, a natural light. So together, I hope that we are all on the same page. And I don't mind people looking at me or thinking to themselves, this girl is kind of weird, because in school I was called a nerd, and I didn't see myself as a nerd. I saw myself as a normal person. But the people who were calling me nerds were the people who were just uneducated and had no intentions of learning anything at all. So that's why anything seemed nerdish to them. But that's neither here nor there. I feel like they're forcing the COVID on people, like they're trying to cover up a murder or something. Like 9 times out of 10, I guarantee that the root of this issue is behind money. I promise you, money is missing from somewhere. And I guarantee you it is a large amount. For there to be a strike as far as, pandemic hit, yeah, it's pretty serious. Someone is in big trouble. Someone important is in really big trouble. And that's why we all have to reap the consequences of their actions and decisions, which is never protocol. We all individually are supposed to think for ourselves and not be forced to do anything. So the fact that they're trying to change that dynamic itself through the pandemic, and they're trying to make it seem like they care, they don't care. If they cared, this wouldn't have never been an issue from the start. Everyone would have come together, the people who were in charge of getting this out to us citizens would have, put an end to it way before it even affected people, and start, hitting different countries and stuff like that. Because there are vaccine calls in other places like South Africa. Zimbabwe even has a COVID vaccine out there. Like, seriously, what travels that fast throughout the world other than water? I can't believe that they're putting this COVID thing all over the world. Nothing's all over the world besides water and people, trees, sky, and land. For them to be a man-made uh, COVID situation, to me, yeah, somebody's in trouble. Yep. And if my YouTube channel is taken down behind this message, don't stress yourselves. I'll start another channel. They seem to want to detach the smart individuals like myself. So let's just hope and pray that that doesn't happen. But if it does, then I'll be able to come back and start my relationship channel. So excited about that. Who's going to be the lucky contestant? But anyways, I'm just being silly. I'm being so silly right now. But hey, you have to get your wins where you can. You have to enjoy yourself as much as possible. You know, Aaliyah said it right. Age is just a number. Because on my own free time, I'm the biggest teenage adult ever, honestly. So, like I said, but if they take my channel, don't cry, don't be upset. Just know that I'm going to come back stronger and harder, and education is going to be a must. I'm always giving out education. Anytime I learn something, I love to share it with other people, because either you're going to get their opinion or you're going to get some more facts about whatever it is you learned. So, and you can call it nerdish if you want to, but I'm not a nerd. Okay? Bye.
Your dreams better nighttime cold. Oh, me no need sweater. God give me strength to slice them like sweet pepper. Sun me read, brother step on your see weather. Toxic, we see people will change. God give me strength to real life rearrange. Yo man a hunt to see progress. Mommy and me queen and me northwest. Thanks for the God give me no